Game 2 here on tap today at Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. It'll be the Methodist Monarchs taking on the Piedmont Lions here. Methodist came in as the number 1 seed, Piedmont as the number 2 seed. Winner will advance, and the loser will bow out of the USA South Tournament. Of course, the winner will advance to take on North Carolina Wesleyan, who just fell to the Panthers of LaGrange College 12-3. So this one, a winner-go-home type contest here for both of these teams. Take a look at the starting lineups. Piedmont will be the visitors. Methodist, the home team. Up for the Piedmont Lions, number 1, Jabin Smith, the left fielder. Batting second, Justin Groover, the right fielder. In the 3 spot, Brady Ballstadt, the center fielder. Batting fourth, Andrew Burden, the first baseman. Batting fifth, Jonathan Burkett, the DH. Batting sixth, Tyler Burdett, the second baseman. Hitting seventh, the catcher, Noah Heatherly. Batting eighth, Evan Mead, the third baseman. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Caleb Norton. There's Jabin Smith set to start things off. First pitch in there for his strike. He'll face off against Ryan Cox on the hill. Next pitch up high. Cox fires again in there for his strike. Or check that actually, excuse me, that is for Piedmont. That's Sam Berman out there, the junior righty out of Clayton, North Carolina. Berman comes in with a 2-0 record on the season as Berman hits him in the back, and that one stung a bit. And Jabin Smith will get a chance to regroup. Smith is senior out of Macon, Georgia. Comes in, such an athlete. To see the series earlier with him this year. Smith looks like he's going to be all right. It's the 4th time this year he's been hit by a pitch. As Justin Groover, the right fielder now, will come on. Groover, a senior out of Noonan, Georgia. As a throwback to first down in time, this Piedmont team, they've stolen a couple bases this year. They come into this game 122 stolen bases on the season in 142 attempts. Aggressive doesn't begin to describe as now Berman hits his second batter in a row. So Groover takes first. Smith will trot to second. And it brings up Brady Ballstadt. Ballstadt, junior out of Sewanee, Georgia, right-handed batter. Berman, by the way, on the year, 2-0 record. Making his 3rd start of the season, 22 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 28 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned, walked 6, struck out 8. Comes in with an ERA of 4.43 and a 0-1 right now against the junior righty out of Clayton, North Carolina, as that pitch miss inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Ballstadt comes in hitting .403 on the year. He and Andrew Burden up next, both batting over .400 on the season. That pitch inside for a strike, 1-1 the count on Ballstadt. Ballstadt with 58 hits to lead the team, 41 runs scored, 41 RBIs on the year. 11 doubles, 5 triples, 5 home runs on the season for Ballstadt. slugging at .653, on base percentage of .480 for Ballstad as this one flashed back into the netting. Berman on the hill. Battery made his Ketchler behind the plate. Austin at first. Clayton at second. Carter at short. Criswell at third. In the outfield from left to right for the Monarchs. Manley is in left. Cormack is in center. And Cass in right. 1-2 the count to Ballstad. Smith aboard at second. Groover at first. The pitch down low. 2-2. Lions 24-11. Coming into this game today as a team batting .287 on the season. As this one hit high in the air, but drifting foul off the right side. As a team, they're slugging at .424 and an on-base percentage of .396. Ballstad and Caleb Norton leading the way in terms of home runs with 5 apiece. Collectively, they've hit 23 home runs, 59 doubles, 19 triples on the season. As the count now runs to full at 3-2. So Berman trying to pick back up after hitting Smith and then hitting Groover to start off this first inning. 3-2 the count. Berman checks and delivers. This one hit deep towards center. Going back Cormack, and he'll squeeze it for the first out. Smith tags, and he will trot to third. Groover stays put at first.
Now batting for the Lions, number 25, Andrew Burden.
So bring up Andrew Burden, a junior out of Sharpsburg, Georgia. Burden leading the team this year in batting average right now at .415 for the season. 54 hits in 130 at-bats with 34 runs scored, 41 RBIs. He's tallied 9 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs on the year, slugging right at .600 even. He has a team-high 31 walks as well, does Burden, to just 21 strikeouts, so an on-base percentage of .537. One and 0 the count to the cleanup man. Runners at first and third with 1 out for the Lions, as that one outside for ball 2. One hit high in the air, foul territory. Giving chase is Criswell, and he will not be able to catch up to it as it hits off the tarp to the left. Count 2-1. Piedmont, as we said, the number 2 seed. They defeated Maryville in their first game 8-6 and then lost 5-4 to LaGrange before finding themselves here in a winner-go-home matchup against Methodist as that one swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-2. Methodist, the top seed, defeated William Peace in game 1 10-4 and then fell to North Carolina Wesleyan 2-1 to find themselves here. Two and 2 the count. Runners on the corners. 1 out, the pitch. This is inside. Count runs to full at 3-2. Three and 2 the count. Berman takes a peek Tosses as the runners go. This one, solid shot, and a diving down is Cass in right. He'll chuck it back into first. Is it there in time? It is. Double play. Wow, excellent play by Cass on the diving catch, and then quickly firing it into Austin at first for the double play. The inning here, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left. We'll take it to the bottom of the first inning. Monarchs coming to the plate, and we'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. Methodist coming to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, first it'll be Matthias Carter, the shortstop. Behind him, the center fielder is Ethan Carmack hitting second. Ketchler, the catcher, will hit third. The DH is Will May. He'll bat cleanup. In the 5 spot, Tucker Criswell, the third baseman. Hitting 6th, Davis Cass, the right fielder. Batting 7th, Jacob Austin, the first baseman. That pitch in for another strike, 0-2 the count now on Carter. Hitting 7th, Jacob Austin, the first baseman. Hitting 8th, Parker Clayton, the second baseman. And batting 9th, Elliot Madley, the left fielder. So Carter, Carmack, Ketchler due up here. 1-2 the count. They'll face off against Ryan Cox on the hill for Piedmont. 1-2 pitch off the end of the bat, out towards right. Groover waiting, and he'll squeeze it for out number 1.
Now batting number 7, Ethan Carmack.
Brings up Carmack, sophomore out of Manassas, Virginia, hitting from the left-handed batter's box. First pitch is up high for ball 1. Cox comes in with a 2-0 record on the year, getting his 5th start of the season. He's only had 18 innings pitched this season, as a swing and a miss makes it 1-1. In 18 innings, he's given up 19 hits, 15 runs, 13 of the 15 have been earned. He's walked 12, struck out 20. Right now, an ERA for Cox sitting at 6.50. As 2-1 grounded to first. Burden up with it. He'll step on the bag unassisted for out number 2. Just to finish off the line on Cox, opposing batters hitting .271 right now. Off of Ryan Cox, a freshman righty out of Cumming, Georgia. So bring up Alex Ketchler, the catcher. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. That one will miss again. 2-0 the count. Kanchler leading the Monarchs this year, batting .417. That one in there for a strike. Kanchler with 58 hits and 139 at-bats, 38 runs scored, a team-high 51 RBIs on the years. This one grounded towards short, gloved by Norton. The throw to first is in time for out number 3. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Panther defense, for the Piedmont defense. Second, 0-0 between the Monarchs and the Lions, and we'll have more USA South baseball for you right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. Top of the second inning. Burkett, Burdette, Heatherly due up. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order for the Piedmont Lions. 0-0 as we go to the top of the second. First pitch swung on and missed by Burkett, the DH. And one misses for a ball, 1-1 the count. Burkett, a sophomore righty out of Hobe Sound, Florida, and he will soundly single that one into left field. First hit of the contest for, and a leadoff hit here for the. Bring up Tyler Burdette now, a junior out of Fayetteville, Georgia. Burdette, the lefty, comes in batting .232 on the year. 26 hits and 112 at-bats with 17 runs scored, 19 RBIs. First pitch he sees is in there for a strike. Burdette with 4 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs on the season. Slugging at .366 with 25 walks, 24 strikeouts, on base percentage of .383. 0-1 the count, 1 on, nobody out. Breaking ball, sweeps in there for his strike. 0-2 now on Burdette. This one up high, 1-2. Of course, perfect conditions here for game 2. 81-2 pitch, popped up in the air towards left. Long chase, and that one will end up in the bullpen in front of Manley. And the count remains 1-2 on Burdette. Field, and it juts up to about 25 feet in dead center. Throw back to first, not in time. Burkett, by the way. This one swung on and missed. And the first K of the day for Sam Berman.
Now batting for the Lions, number 30, Noah Heatherly.
1 on, 1 out now for Noah Heatherly, the catcher. Heatherly, a sophomore right-handed batter out of Waynesville, North Carolina. First pitch misses up high for ball 1. I was going to say, Burkett standing aboard at first. 122 stolen bases by the Lions this year. Burkett actually does not have a stolen base on the season, one of the few. He's 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts this year. Is that one low and away? 2-0 the count. Heatherly, by the way, comes in with a .253 batting average, 23 hits and 91 at-bats. 21 runs scored, 23 RBIs. This one, solid shot off the glove of Berman. He'll pick it up, throws late, and Heatherly aboard at first. And that'll go as a base hit for Heatherly.
Now batting for the Lions, number 10, Evan Mead.
We had one like that go off the chest of Colin Barrett for the Panthers in game 1. That one right off the leather. Well, Berman actually kind of surprised the ball popped out. Most of the time when they come back that quick, the ball just finds a way of sticking in the glove. Burkett goes to second, though. Heatherly at first. Now 2 on with 1 out for Evan Mead, the third baseman. And that one inside as Mead fishes away. One and 0 the count. Mead, a sophomore right-handed batter out of Bogart, Georgia. Berman checks and delivers outside. 2-0 the count. Mead on the season batting just .179, 10 hits, 56 at-bats, 4 runs scored, 5 RBIs. Getting his 18th start of the season for the Lions as the 2-0 pitch in there for his strike. 2-1. Out of the 10 hits, 5 have gone for extra bases. All 5 of those have been doubles. Slugging at .268, on-base percentage of .246. With 5 walks and 20 strikeouts on the year. Is this one a line shot to second? Dive back safely. Back at second is Burkett. And a great play by Clayton to snag that one out of the air and almost able to dive and make the double play himself. And that'll be 2 down here in the inning. 2 on, 2 down for Caleb Norton, the shortstop. Norton is senior right-handed batter out of Williamson, Georgia. He'll fire this one home, will Berman, in there for a strike. Norton hitting .256 coming into this contest. 31 hits and 121 at-bats, 27 runs scored, 23 RBIs. That one misses a little high, 1-1 the count. Out of the 31 hits, Norton with 3 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs. He and Brady Ballstat tied for the lead in the home run department with 5 apiece. Slugging at .455 is Norton. On-base percentage of .341 with 13 walks and 33 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch off the end of the bat towards second. Clayton will glove it. Fire to first in time for out number 3. For the Lions in the top half of the second, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We'll take it to the bottom of the second, scoreless here at the ballpark, and we'll have more USA South baseball for you right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. Bottom of the second inning. Monarchs back to the plate with 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. First pitch breaks in there for a strike from Cox as he faces off against May, Criswell, and then Cass. Checked off, called the ball. 1-1 the count now to May. May, a junior righty out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Batting .313 on the season is the DH. Heatherly thought he had the strikeout. Said it goes to 2-2. May with 45 hits, 144 at bats, 24 runs scored, 29 RBIs on the season. This one off the end of the bat foul. And we'll stay at 2-2. May with 7 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs on the year, slugging at .438, on base percentage of .375 with 11 walks and 41 strikeouts. That one fouled off and will once again stay at 2-2. Piedmont defensively, Cox on the hill, Heatherly behind the plate, Burden at first, Burdett at second, Norton at short, Meade is at third. As that pitch rides outside, 3-2 the count now on May. In the outfield from left to right, it goes Smith, Ballstedt, then Groover. 3-2 pitch from Cox. Down the line and right, tailing foul, and just does get towards into the batting cages. Down to our right. As a team, Methodist hitting .323 on the year, slugging at .449, on base percentage of .410 for the number 1 seed, and that's called strike 3. May thought he had the walk, and the umpire chose to ring him up. That'll be the first ring up of the day for Cox. Brings up Tyler Criswell, the third baseman. First pitch in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Criswell, a sophomore righty out of Tallahassee, Florida. Criswell hitting .315 right now on the year for Methodist as that one swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-1. Criswell, 46 hits, 146 at bats, 32 runs scored, 29 RBIs on the year. As the count now moves to 2-1. Out of the 46 hits, 12 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs on the season, slugging at .507 as that one popped up and back out of play. Count goes to 2-2. Criswell's on base percentage sitting at .380 with 11 walks, 19 strikeouts. 2-2 pitch outside. Count runs to full, 3-2. Three-two pitch off the hands, drilled out towards left center, coming over the center fielder Ballstedt to make the catch for out number 2. So we'll bring up Davis Cass, a senior righty out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Cass hitting .305 on the season, 39 hits and 128 at-bats this year. As the first pitch down low for ball 1. Cass with 26 runs scored, 23 RBIs, 12 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run on the year. That pitch will miss. Cass slugging at .438. There's a swing and a miss there. Makes the count now 2-1. On base percentage for Davis Cass is .397. 18 walks, 36 strikeouts. Is that one inside just a bit? 3-1 the count. This one hit hard toward center. Ballstad racing back and reaching out. He can't come up with it. It'll take a skip off the fence. Trotting back to first. He didn't go to second. Came back and made sure he take the bag. Now the ball gets away. It'll roll all the way to the fence. Now stopping around second. They'll throw it back towards third. Securing it is Meade. Cass had to backtrack. Coach told him to come back. He had missed the bag at first. So he could have possibly even been in at third, but ends up just at second. That'll go as a hit and an error with 2 outs. And bring up Jacob Austin now, the first baseman. Error will be charged to the shortstop in Norton. Jacob Austin, a freshman righty out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. First pitch he sees is down low for a ball. One and 0 the count to Austin, hitting .297 on the season with 43 hits and 145 at bats. 29 runs scored, 22 RBIs. Another pitch a little bit low, 2-0 the count on Austin. Austin with 5 doubles, 2 triples, no home runs, slugging at .359, on base percentage of .329, 6 walks to 16 strikeouts this year for the freshman. That one away, 3-0 the count now to Austin. As Cox trying to recollect himself here with 2 outs and a runner at second. He'll turn and toss. There's a strike taken all the way that time by Austin. Talked about stolen bases earlier. 122 for the Lions, 69 on the year, and 79 attempts for the Monarchs this season. 3-1 pitch in for a strike. Austin nods his head yes. And the count runs to full. 4th batter of the inning. The count has run to full on each batter that Cox has faced here in the inning. 3-2 pitch. Runner takes off. This one popped up out towards right. Groover coming in, and he'll make the catch in right field for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We'll go to the top of the 3rd, tied at 0s, and we'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out as we go to the top of the 3rd. Scoreless here between the Monarchs and the Lions. 1, 2, and 3 coming up for Piedmont. Smith, Groover, then Ballstat. First pitch, Smith bunts it foul down the first base line. Smith, the senior out of Macon, Georgia. Hit by a pitch in his first at bat today. Comes in hitting .269 on the year with 25 hits, 93 at bats, 23 runs scored, and 11 RBIs. 3 doubles, no triples, 2 home runs on the year for Smith. Slugging at .366, on base percentage of .398 as that went over his head. 1-1 the count now on Smith. Smith caught the first pitch right square in the back. Had to take a little time to collect his thoughts before going down to first. 2-1 the count now on Smith. Of course, the next man up, Groover, also hit by a pitch in his first at bat. 2-1 offering. Off the top of the bat, foul. 2-2. Two and two the count. The pitch on the way. Off the bat again. Count remains 2-2. That one misses high. 3-2 now to Smith. Count runs to full. 38 pitches through the first 2 innings for Berman. 20 of those were thrown for strikes. Threw 20 in the first inning, 18 in the second. 3-2 pitch. Checked off it. Ball 4. So the walk issued. Berman issues his first walk of the day. Smith walks for the 18th time this season. And the leadoff batter aboard. They're now 3 for 3 in the leadoff spot here for the Piedmont Lions. As Groover, the right fielder, up to the plate. As mentioned before, hit by a pitch as well in his first at bat. One and 0 the count to Groover, who comes in hitting .285 with 41 hits, 40 runs scored, 20 RBIs on the year. Smith takes off. Up with it is Ketchler. They'll throw, and is he out? The tag. Out at second. Carter sliding over in front of the bag. Caught the ball, reaching back, and able to tag out Smith. Now Piedmont wants to have a conversation about this one. Smith looking for his 14th stolen base of the year, denied on that play on a great defensive effort from Carter. So 1 away now and a 1-1 count on Groover. Pitch drops down low, 2-1 to Groover. Groover, by the way, slugging at .403, on base percentage of .394 on the season. That one outside. Three and 1 the count to the senior out of Noonan, Georgia. That one inside, and that'll be ball 4. So Groover, hit by a pitch, now draws a walk. Second straight walk of the inning for Berman. Brings up the junior out of Sewanee, Georgia, Brady Ballstadt. Ballstadt flew out to center field in his first at bat today. One inside for ball 1. We talked about Piedmont and all the stolen bases. Groover 14 of 15 in stolen base attempts this year. Ballstadt actually leading the way in terms of stolen bases. He's 26 for 28 on the year. Throw back to first. Not in time. Just getting back to the pad was Groover. One to know the count. Ketchler gives the sign. Berman fires low, 2-0. Two and 0 the count, one out. Groover aboard at first. This one drilled hard. Reaching out was Criswell. Throw to second for a one. Relay throw will not be in time as Clayton got dumped, but now they're going to call him out due to interference, I believe. Clayton got wiped out by Groover. And that'll go down as a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. That all started with a great snag by Criswell at third. So for the Lions, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We'll head to the bottom of the third. 0-0 is your score, and we'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless between the Monarchs and the Lions. Monarchs will bring up 8-9-1 here in the inning. Clayton, Manley, and then Carter back up top. Clayton up first, a freshman lefty out of Asheboro, North Carolina. He'll hit this one out towards right. Groover with a long run, but able to field it about waist high for out number one. This will bring up Elliot Manley, a sophomore out of Chester, Virginia. Hitting out of the left-handed batter's box. The left fielder hitting .274 on the year. First pitch in there for his strike. Manley with 23 hits in 84 at bats this year. 25 runs scored, 12 RBIs. Is that one outside? 1-1 the count. Manley out of the 23 hits, just one for extra bases, and that was a double. Slugging at .286, on base percentage of .347 as he bunts down towards third. Meade coming up with it on the run. Fires to first in time to Burton for out number two. This will take us back to the top of the order now, and the shortstop, Matthias Carter. The sophomore out of Pembroke, North Carolina, flew out to right field in his first at-bat today. First pitch he sees is in there for his strike. Well, one pitch, thought about it, called strike two. The 0-2 pitch way outside. 1-2 the count to Carter. And that one's in there for a called strike 3 and a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Piedmont Lion defense. We'll take it to the top of the fourth. 0-0 is your score, and we'll be back with more baseball right after this quick timeout. And welcome back out to Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Lions 0, Monarchs 0. Lions back up at the plate with Burden, Burkett, and Burdette, the 3 Bs. This one popped up by Andrew Burden. Shortstop will take over. Carter calls off Criswell to make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting number 8, Jonathan Burkett.
Burkett, the DH, now up. He's 1 for 1. Singled in his first at bat back in the second inning. First pitch inside for a ball to Burkett. 1-0 the count. One-0 offering. Swung on and fouled down. 1-1 the count. Softball action today. Covenant defeats Meredith 2-0. Averett 3-2 winners over Piedmont College. Averett and Salem, I believe, getting underway. And Maryville winners over Covenant 5-0. In their contest is this one lifted high in the air and foul off to the right. Count goes to 1-2. So it looks like one of the games set for tomorrow. It'll be Covenant and Piedmont. Set for 10 a.m. Maryville looks like they'll await the winner of Salem and Averett. This one inside, it hit him. Third hit batsman by Berman today.
Now batting for the Lions, number 6, Tyler Burnett.
That one could have been a lot worse as that one just barely caught Burkett. So 1 on, 1 out now for Tyler Burdette, the second baseman. Burdette struck out in his first at bat today. This one bouncing and gets past the second baseman Clayton out to right field. Around second, heading for third is Burkett. The throw is late. Throw back to second. The tag, and he's out at second. Looking for Burkett. He had gotten to third in time. Burdette caught going to second after singling out to right. I'll be out number 2, 954. All right, 954 on the putout if you're playing along at home. Bring up the catcher now, Noah Heatherly. He singled in his first at bat today, back in the second. Runner at third, 2 outs, and this one deposited right in the same spot that Burdett had put it. A little bit sharper off the bat, and it delivers the first run of the ball game. Burkett comes home from third, and the Lions now out to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. Evan Mead, the third baseman, now up. He lined out to second in his first at bat today. First pitch down low for ball one. One to know the count. The pitch swung on and missed. Looked like Heatherly caught a little off guard there. I don't think he realized how far away from the bag he had gotten initially. 1-1 the count to Meade. 2 outs. Runner at first for the Piedmont Lions. This one in for his strike. Count now improves for the pitcher. 1-2. Berman fires. This one into right field again. Third hit of the inning. All 3 hits have come between Clayton at second and Austin at first. So Heatherly goes to second on the play. Meade is at first, and it brings up the number 9 man, the shortstop, Caleb Norton. As the Monarchs want to talk this one over, of course. We said before, lots going on around the LaGrange area. Softball today and tomorrow. 1 game left in softball action today. Tennis going on today as well, as now it looks like the Monarchs will make a change, so that'll do it for Berman. He'll go just 3 2/3.
Now on the mound for Monarchs, number 31, Logan Haynes.
It'll be 31, Logan Haynes coming into the contest. Haynes, a senior righty out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. Haynes comes in with a 3-0 record, making his 13th appearance of the season in 26 innings pitched. He's given up 25 runs, or 25 hits, 8 runs, 7 of those runs earned. He's walked 3, struck out 14. An ERA sitting at 2.42. And opposing batters hitting .260. Off of Logan Haynes, a senior righty out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. So Haynes comes in after Berman exits after just 3 2/3 innings. He'll come in with Heatherly at second, Evan Mead aboard at first. Of course, as you can see, Haynes with a little sidewinder action. And that'll be it for the warm-ups for Haynes. So he'll come in. Heatherly aboard at second after knocking in the RBI single and bringing in Burkett for the 1-0 lead for the Lions. Meade followed him up with a single as well. Now 3 hits in the innings for the Piedmont Lions, 5 in all. And Caleb Norton, the shortstop, at the plate. Norton 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to Clayton at second to end the inning back in the second. Haynes fires the first pitch outside. One and 0 the count. Haynes fires that one high. 2-0. Sidewinders are always interesting. Some of them just release and let that arm whip through. Others like to try to guide it in. Haynes so far looks like he's trying to guide more than anything. As this one lifted high in the air on the infield. Criswell waiting behind the bag at third. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. Lions, though, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Piedmont leading 1-0 over the Monarchs, and we'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lions leading 1-0 now. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Carmack, Ketchler, and then May for the Monarchs. Up first, Ethan Carmack. He grounded out to first in his first at bat. The lefty looks at the first pitch in there for a called strike. So Sam Berman exits after 3 2/3 as this one popped up and left out of play. Berman, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 65 pitches, 34 of those thrown for strikes. Oh, 1 pitch. Now 1-2 the count. Cox delivers inside, 2-2. Berman, though, 1 run given up on 5 hits today. The run was earned. Walked 2, struck out 1, hit 3 after facing 17 today as this one grounded foul just past first base. Two and two the count. Cox readies. Here's the 2-2 offering. Called strike 3 on the outside edge. Second strikeout of the day for Ryan Cox.
Now batting for the Monarchs, number 10, Alex Cashler.
Leadoff batter retired, or brings up Alex Ketchler, the catcher. Sophomore out of Lithia, Florida, steps in. 0 for 1 today, grounded out to short in his first at-bat. First pitch here, called a strike. This one off the end of the bat, 0-2. It's men's tennis going on right now. Averett up 2-1 over Piedmont. Methodist 2-1 over LaGrange currently as well, with a whole bunch of matches still to be played as that one goes outside. 1-2 the count now to Catchler. One-two offering. Breaking ball hit out towards center. Backing up is Ballstat. Deep in center field. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So bring up Will May, the junior, out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. May went down looking his first at bat back in the second inning. First pitch to May, called a strike on the outside edge. 0-1 the count in women's tennis today. Methodist 9-0 winners over Agnes Scott as this one bounced right back to Cox, the pitcher. He'll flip to first in time. We'll update the scores later. That'll do it for the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for the Piedmont defense. Third 1-2-3 inning of the contest. And they'll take a 1-0 lead heading to the top of the 5th. And we'll be back with more baseball after this quick break. Looking back out to Cleveland Field and Williamson Stadium. Top of the 5th inning, Piedmont Lions out to a 1-0 lead. And they'll go with 1, 2, and 3. Smith, Groover, and then Ballstad. Up first, Jabin Smith, the left fielder. Smith has reached twice, hit by a pitch in the first inning. Drew a walk, but then was caught stealing in the third. Haynes, the righty, stays in after going a third of the inning, coming in relief of Berman. One to know the count to Smith. Haynes fires, called a strike on the outside edge. Count goes to 1-1, as we were saying earlier in women's tennis today. Methodist 9-0 over Agnes Scott. Huntington defeats Meredith 7-2. North Carolina Wesleyan 7-2 over Covenant. As that one outside. 2-1 the count. And Piedmont 7-2 winners over Averett. So in the semifinals tomorrow, it'll be Methodist and Huntington in one semifinal, Piedmont and North Carolina Wesleyan in the other semifinal of women's tennis. As this one hit high in the air towards center, Carmack going back towards left center, and he'll make the catch for out number one.
Now batting for the Lions, number 27, Justin Groover.
Brings up Justin Groover now, the right fielder. Senior out of Noonan, Georgia. In his first two plate appearances, replicated exactly what Jabin Smith had done. This one grounded towards short. He'll break up that monotony there. Throw to first in time for out number two. He was hit by a pitch and walked as well, like Smith. Smith flew out to center. This is a ground out on a 6-3 put out
Now batting for the Lions, number 26,
for out number two. Brings up Brady Ballstead now, the center fielder. Ballstead flew out to center in his first at bat. Ended the inning in the third on a 5-4-3 put out. A lot of that due, though, to the interference as well as Groover upended. I believe it was Carter, the shortstop, coming over to cover the bag. Or actually, check that. That was Clayton. One and 0 the count. The pitch drifts in there for a strike. One pitch, fouled off. Count moves to 1-2 on Ballstead. One and two to count. Haynes ready. The sign from Kanchler. Fires it. Line shot in towards right center, and that'll be a base hit for the Piedmont Lions, their sixth of the day.
Now batting for the Lions, number 25, Andrew Burden.
Ballstead credited with the double there. As he kept the hustle going in at second. 2 outs. Andrew Burden, the first baseman, now up, the lefty. Checked on it. Did he go? They want to appeal. He will say no, much to the chagrin of Haynes. Burden 0 for 2 today. 9-3 double play in the first inning. And then popped out to short in the fourth. Haynes checks and fires. Low and inside for ball 2, 2-0. Ballstead, by the way, that double, his 12th of the year. To lead all Lions this season. It's his 22nd extra base hit this year and his 59 hits. And now they're going to just intentionally walk him. 2-0 count. They'll fire the next 2 outside and intentionally walk Burden. So Ballstead remains at second. Burden given the free pass to first. It brings up Jonathan Burkett, the DH. He's 1 for 1 today, hit by a pitch in his last at bat. Ended up scoring the one and only run so far between the two teams. So the DH steps up and steps in with 2 on and 2 out. Haynes looks at second, fires, swung on and missed for strike 1. Haynes checks second a couple times. He'll turn and toss. This one fouled, like off the leg of Burkett. 0-2 the count. Lions with 2 on so far. They've stranded 5 so far today. Just 1 left on base so far for the Monarchs. They've only had 1 hit, though. And that came back in the second inning off the bat of Davis Cass. Haynes regroups. Now he's set again. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Start in there for strike 3. As Haynes comes off the mound, pumped up. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Lions with the lead for Piedmont. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We'll take it to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 in favor of Piedmont. And we'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. And welcome back out. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0 in favor of the Piedmont Lions. Criswell, Cass, Austin all due up. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order for the Monarchs is Cox now working into his 5th inning. The starter for the Piedmont Lions. He'll face Criswell, third baseman. Pops this one up, and this one will hit on top of the roof of the dugout of the Monarchs to our right. 1-1 the count. Criswell 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center field in his first at bat back in the second inning. One pitch from Cox, down low, 2-1. This one high. 3-1 as this one hit foul down the third base side. Count runs to full here on Criswell. Cox, the sign, the delivery. In for a called strike 3. Third strikeout of the day for Ryan Cox. One away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now Cox will face the only man who's gotten a hit off him today in Davis Cass, the right fielder. Cass reached on a single into second, ended up going to second on an error. Possibly could have had third in that scenario, but he had missed the bag at first and had to come back and retouch it. 1-0 pitch up high, 2-0. Misses inside. 3-0 the count now. Coming into this inning, Cox 57 pitches, 35 of those thrown for strikes throughout the first 4 innings. There's a strike thrown there, now 3-1. Three and one the count. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Cox issues his first walk of the day with 1 out, and the only man that's seen the base pad is on once again in Davis Cass. It'll bring up Jacob Austin now, the first baseman. He flew out to right field to end the inning back in the 2nd in his first at-bat. First pitch here, grounded past the third baseman Mead and out to left field. And that'll be the 2nd hit of the day for the Monarchs. Cass goes to second, Austin to first. Brings up Parker Clayton now, the second baseman. 2 on, 1 out for the Monarchs. Parker Clayton, the second baseman, up. He's 0 for 1. He also flew out to right field in his first at-bat back in the 3rd inning. Righty-lefty matchup here as Cox readies. He'll deliver. First pitch a little bit low for ball 1. Women's lacrosse today. Meredith 24-6 winners over Greensboro. Piedmont defeats Methodist 14-13. And so the championship set up for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Meredith to face off against Piedmont for the USA South Tournament Championship in women's lacrosse. Count now 2-0, and Lions want to confer behind the mound. Men's lacrosse, of course, will take place tomorrow, starting in the afternoon with 2 semifinal contests. Huntington against Greensboro, and then Piedmont against Methodist. First game at 4:30 Eastern time. Second one at 7:30 Eastern. Meeting has adjourned. Cox takes his place back up on the hill. Cass at second, Austin aboard at first. 2-0 the count to Parker Clayton, the second baseman. Piedmont leading 1-0, but the Monarchs threatening here in the bottom half of the 5th. Now a little action in the bullpen for the Lions as well, as a throwback to second, not in time. Cass able to dive back towards the bag. Cox delivers. This one bounced towards second. Burdette flips to second for one. The relay throw. Is it in time? It is. And a double play on the 4-6-3 putout. And that will end the Monarchs' threat here in the bottom of the fifth inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left. We'll take it to the top of the sixth, 1-0. Lions maintain the lead, and we'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the top of the sixth inning. Piedmont with a 1-0 lead. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Monarchs. Lions back at the plate with Burdette, Heatherly, and then Meade. 6, 7, and 8 in the Piedmont batting order. Haynes on for his second inning of relief. Second full inning of relief, that is. Burdette 1 for 2 today. Singled in his last at bat. Pitch breaks inside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Burdette struck out in the second, singled in the fourth today. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Looks like the golf has finished up today. And Methodist on top at +12. This one lifted out towards center, coming in and then taking a couple of quick steps back is Carmack for the out. Couple of steps in and then nice little couple of shuffle steps back. One away and brings up Noah Heatherly now, the catcher. Heatherly 2 for 2 today and has the lone RBI for the Piedmont Lions. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch inside for ball one. Right now, after 2 rounds of golf, team-wise, Methodist on top at +12. Huntington right behind him at +16. There's a strike called there. 1-1 the count. North Carolina Wesleyan in third at 23 over par. Maryville fourth at 25 over. LaGrange following them in fifth at 28 over. And that one hits him. Fourth Piedmont Lion to get hit today. The first one delivered off the arm of Haynes.
Now batting for the Lions, number 10, Evan Meade.
So Berman exited after 3 2/3 inning, hit 3 batters. Haynes hits his first here, 1 on, 1 out now for Evan Meade, the third baseman. Meade lined down to second base in the second inning and then singled back in the fourth. First pitch the righty sees is in there for a strike. Elsewhere on the golf leaderboard, Greensboro in 6th at plus 29. Piedmont, Ferrum, and Averett round out 7, 8, and 9 on the team leaderboard here after 2 rounds of golf. That one in there for a strike. Runner takes off. The throw a little bit late and then dropped by the shortstop Carter. And Heatherly in there with the stolen base. Heatherly, not bad for a catcher, 9 for 9 now on the season in the stolen base department. They give Heatherly a chance to regroup. He's set. Meade steps back in. 0-2 the count. Runner at second, 1 out. Haynes delivers. This is high for ball 1. Haynes checks the 1-2 pitch. This one drilled out to center, and it'll drop down for a base hit. Quickly getting it back is Carmack. He'll throw it in, and that will halt Heatherly at third. But runners on the corners now with 1 out for the Piedmont Lions.
Now back to the Lions, number 2, Caleb Norton.
7th hit of the day for Piedmont. 2nd hit of the day for Meade. Heatherly at third, Meade aboard at first. And now now Ketchler gives some new signals around to the infield. See how they want to play this one against the shortstop, Caleb Norton, now coming up. Norton grounded out to second in the 2nd inning and then popped out to third in the 4th inning. This one bunted first base line and just dribbling foul. About halfway down the line. 0-1 the count. And on the individual leaderboard for golf, Grady Anderson up top right now in first place from North Carolina Wesleyan at -3. Shot a 1 over today, a 68 in round 1, 73 in round 2. Still one of the better scores here today is everyone shooting even or over par here on the day in round 2. Scott Campbell from Greensboro in second right now at -1 overall. Stephen Shepard in third from Huntington at even. Of course, they go through the leaderboard, the top 48. I don't think I'd make it in the top 48. I think that would require a score below 200. Time called. Now everyone resets. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and third. The pitch swung on, hit towards third. Backhanded by Criswell. The second for one. Relay throw is in time for the double play. And the Monarchs able to get out of the inning using the double play on their end. 5-4-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 1-0. Piedmont still with the lead. We'll have more USA South baseball for you coming up right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out to Cleveland Field in Williamson Stadium. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0, Lions with the lead. Cox will go into his 6th inning of work and face off against 9-1-2 here in the inning. Manley, Carter, then Carmack. First pitch swung on, hit out towards right center, and it'll drop down in front of Brady Ballstadt for a base hit. And so the leadoff batter aboard for the Monarchs. That's just their 3rd hit of the day. So take us back to the top of the order, and Matthias Carter, the shortstop, up. That's the first leadoff man to get aboard today for the Monarchs here in this 6th inning. So the number 9 man does his job, gets aboard. Carter now up 0 for 2 today. He'll bunt it, first base line, takes a couple of high hops, and then bounces right for a foul ball. 0-1 the count. Elliot Manley, by the way, leads the team in stolen bases. He's 11 for 11 this season in stolen base attempts. And he's standing off the bag at first right now for the Monarchs. 0-1 the count. Cox turns, fires back towards first, not in time. "73 pitches, 42 for strikes thrown by Ryan Cox through the first 5 innings today. 0-1 the count. He'll turn, fire. This one bounces right back towards the pitcher off of 2 hops. He'll fling it to first in time to get Carter. Carter does the job, though, as Manley tracks his way over to second.
Now batting for the Monarchs, number 7, Ethan Carmack.
One away, and it brings up Ethan Carmack now, the center fielder. The sophomore lefty out of Manassas, Virginia, waits. First pitch outside for ball 1. Carmack grounded out to first back in the first inning, went down swinging in the 4th. Monarchs, though, with the runner in scoring position here. In the 6th. Cass has reached second twice. Manley, his first trip toward the bag at second. No one has reached third today for the Monarchs yet. As this one catches the outside edge. 2-1 the count now on Carmack. Long peer in for Cox. Gets the sign from Heatherly. No check. He'll just deliver as this one fouled back into the netting. And the count will leave it up now at 2 apiece. Piedmont with action in their bullpen to our left as the 2-2 pitch dies down low. Count runs to full now at 3-2. We have a freshman righty up in Alex Andrew warming up in the bullpen to our left. 3-2 to count. Cox delivers outside, ball 4. He walked him. That puts runners at first and second with 1 out. Second walk issued on the day by Cox. And with 2 aboard and 1 out, he'll bring up the number 3 hitter and Alex Katchler, the catcher. He grounded out to short in the first inning, flew out to center field in the 4th today. Ketchler waits, pops this one up. Drifting right and away from Burden. Foul right on top of the Monarchs dugout.
Come on, Ken. Come on, man.
Oh, and 1 the count to Ketchler. Cox lifts the leg and he'll step off the rubber and reset. The freshman fires in a strike, 0-2. Oh, and 2 of the count. Big spot here for the freshman righty. He'll turn and fire, swung on and missed. And that'll be strikeout number 4 on the day for Ryan Cox. And a big strikeout for the Piedmont Lion defense. Now 2 outs with 2 on, and it brings up the cleanup man, Will May, the DH. May 0 for 2, went down looking in the second. Bounced one back to the pitcher in the 4th. Manley aboard at second. Carmack aboard at first. Cox turns, delivers inside, called a strike. May started and then stopped. And it buzzed right on the inside edge. This pitch, runners take off. The throw down to second, and in plenty of time, as Heatherly delivers a strike to Norton for the out. And May will end up coming up to start off the 7th for the Piedmont Lions as Carmack caught stealing. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of the 7th, 1-0 Piedmont. We'll be back with more baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Piedmont with a 1-0 lead. They'll bring up 1, 2, and 3 again. This is the 4th time they've brought up 1, 2, and 3 here to start off the inning. Smith, Groover, Ballstadt. Up first, Jabin Smith, the left fielder. Smith, the senior lefty out of Macon, Georgia. Hit by a pitch in the first inning, drew a walk in the third, then flew out to center in the fifth. There's a strike called here. One and one the count. Haynes delivers. This is a line shot, and that one will get down and roll along the line. Smith looking up, thinking about two, and now he'll backtrack as Cass able to throw it in quickly. So Jamin Smith gets his first hit of the game here in the top of the seventh to lead things off. One on, nobody out for Justin Groover, the right fielder. Haynes going into his third full inning, has pitched 2 1/3 already, and I wonder if this will be it. With Smith aboard at first. That's the 8th hit of the day for the Piedmont Lions. Talked about the Monarchs today, 1 for 6 in the leadoff position. Piedmont now 4 for 7 in the leadoff position. They've been able to manufacture 8 hits so far today, but just 1 run. And that run came back in the 4th inning. So Haynes will stay in there. Groover coming up to the plate. Hit by a pitch in the first, drew a walk in the third, and then grounded out to short in the 5th inning. Smith takes off from the get-go. Ball out of the glove of Ketchler. And Smith takes the bag at second. Last pitch called a strike. 0-1 the count now to Groover. The senior righty squaring to bunt. Bunts it down foul. Smith, by the way, credited for the steal. That's his 14th of the year. He was caught stealing back in the 3rd inning as well. So now 14 for 17 in the stolen base attempt department this season. 0-2 count. Here's now Haynes resets. Working off the first base side of the rubber is Haynes. He'll turn and toss. That one outside. Count moves down to 1-2 on Groover. This one drilled out towards left center. Manley going back, looking up, and makes the grab on the run. Smith will tag from second. He will head to third. Groover gave it a deep drive, but Manley using the speed, able to get back in time for the first out of the inning. So Smith, the born at third now with 1 out. Brings up the center fielder and Brady Ballstad. Ballstad 1 for 3 today. Flew out to center in the first. Hit into a double play in the third and then doubled in his last at-bat in the 5th inning. And if you're looking for someone just to drive it and bring in Smith, this would be your guy. You said before, Ballstat slugging at .653 coming into this game. 11 doubles, 5 triples, and 5 home runs. 1-0 pitch. Hit high in the air, out towards right. Cass coming over. He'll make the catch about midway in right. Chuck it home, and Smith will score easily from third to make it 2-0 now in favor of Piedmont. So Ballstad gave it a run and ends up with the sac fly RBI.
Now batting for the Lions, number 25, Andrew Burden.
2 down, nobody aboard now for the cleanup man, Andrew Burden, the first baseman. Hit into a double play in the first, popped out to short in the 4th inning, and then drew the intentional walk in the 5th. There's now time called. Nobody on, and we'll see if they actually make the change here as he faces Burden. And it looks like they will. So pitching change here for the Monarchs. It'll be Will Walker, a freshman out of Roxborough, North Carolina.
Now on the mound for the Monarchs, number 29, Will Walker.
So Will Walker, a freshman righty, standing at 6'2" out of Roxborough, North Carolina. Comes in with a 2-1 record, making his 17th appearance of the season. And he's the closer here for the Monarchs. He's got 6 saves on the year. In 23 innings pitched, he's given up 26 hits, 11 runs. 7 of the 11 have been earned. He's walked 4, struck out 22 on the season. Comes in with a 2.74 ERA. And the freshman righty has opposing batters hitting just .268 off him. So the starter in Berman ends up going 3 2/3. Logan Haynes finishes with an even 3 innings. So Walker will come in with 2 outs, nobody aboard, and he'll face Andrew Burden now, the first baseman. First pitch from Walker, way outside for ball 1. This one in there for his strike. 1-1 the count. Logan Haynes, 3 innings even in relief, 41 pitches, 24 of those have been thrown for strikes. .1-0 pitch, called a strike. 1-2 now to Burden. Haynes gave up 3 hits, 1 run, it was earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batsman after facing 13 batters. in relief as this one popped up out towards center. Carmack coming in a little bit, and he'll make the squeeze for out number 3. So Walker comes in and does the job there. And out of the inning are the Monarchs, but the Piedmont Lions bring Jabin Smith around. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. 2-0 now. Lions stretch the lead by 1 as we move down to the bottom half of the 7th. Time to stretch here at the ballpark, and we'll be back with more baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out to Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. We go to the bottom of the 7th as Cox now on the mound going into his 7th inning of work. The starter, he'll face May, Criswell, and Cass. May up that last inning when Carmack was caught stealing. So he'll return to the plate here. 0 for 2 on the day. Went down looking in the 2nd, grounded out back to the pitcher in the 4th. This one down the line in right, and fair ball. About 3 feet off the line in deep right field. He'll try to stretch it for 2, and it does as it gets past the cutoff man. He'll trot to 3rd on the play. And so May starts thing out. Just the 2nd guy to lead things off with a hit today for the Monarchs. That'll go as a double and an error. So now the tying run at the plate in the form of Tucker Criswell, the 3rd baseman. Criswell 0 for 2, flew out to center in the 2nd inning, went down looking in the 5th. First pitch in for his strike. 86 pitches, 52 thrown for strikes through 6 innings complete for Cox thus far. This one hit high in the air, coming in is Ballstadt in shallow center. He makes the catch, the tag. He'll throw it home. That one wasn't hit deep at all. Ballstadt had a great beat on it, dead center, and was able to line up the throw as well. And the Monarchs decide to play it better safe than sorry and keep May aboard at 3rd. So 1 on, 1 out now for Davis Cass, the right fielder. Cass has reached twice, singled in the 2nd, drew a walk in the 5th. Cox delivers, Cass bunts first base side, and it just spins foul down the first base line. Oh, and 1 the count. This one bunted right back to the pitcher. Runner coming home. Short tag, and he's safe. The hand got in there before Heatherly could make the tag. And May scores from third to make it 2-1. It was a short throw. Took a hop and a dribble to the catcher Heatherly there from Cox. And by the time Heatherly was able to field it, May had already had his hand outstretched on the plate. So Cass aboard at first now. Tying run aboard at first with 1 out. Brings up Jacob Austin, the first baseman. Monarchs now on board. Is this one off the hands? Foul territory. Caught by the third baseman, Mead, for out number 2.
Stepping into back of the Monarchs, number 2, Parker Clayton.
2 down. Cass still aboard at first. First pitch down low and away to Parker Clayton, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 today. Flew out to right field back in the third. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play to end the fifth. 1-0 the count. This pitch. Heatherly, good job blocking that down. Shifting to his left a little bit. And keeping it in front of him. Two-0 count. That one in there for his strike. Now 2-1 on Clayton. Another strike thrown in. 2-2. Even up on Clayton, the number 8 hitter. Cox trying to get through this 7th. 2-2 count, 2 out, runner at first. Throws back towards first, and back in time is Cass. This one swung on and missed, delaying the swing, and that will end the inning. 5th strikeout of the day for Ryan Cox to end it, but the Monarchs strike here in the 7th. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We'll go to the top of the 8th, 2-1 in favor of Piedmont. We'll be back with more USA South baseball right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. Top of the 8th inning. Lions with the 2-1 lead, and they're back at the plate with Burkett, Burdette, and Heatherly. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. First pitch low and inside from Will Walker. Came in and finished off the final third of an inning back in the 7th. This one popped up and fouled off to the right out of play. 1-1 the count to Burkett. Burkett singled in the second, hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth inning, and then went down looking to end the fifth. 1-1 the count. The pitch in for strike two. One-two pitch, grounded towards short. Two hops to Carter. He'll fire back to first and in through the chest, and then knocking down Burkett. Behind the bag is Austin. That'll be out number one on the play. Good range that time by Carter. Started to head deep in the hole towards short. And Austin just ended up finding himself behind the bag there after the collision, but able to hold on as Burdett, now the second baseman, due up. First pitch off the end of the bat, bumping back on a play, 0-1. The junior lefty out of Fayetteville, Georgia. Waits on the 0-1. This one hit out towards right center. It'll drop down for at least one. Picking it up is Carmack, and he will halt Burdett's progress back at first. One on, one out now for the Lions, and it brings up the catcher, Noah Heatherly. Now 9 hits in the game for the Piedmont Lions, just 4 on the other side for the Monarchs. One on, one out for Heatherly. 2 for 2 today, 2 singles, an RBI, was also hit by a pitch and stole a base as well. First pitch the catcher sees is inside for ball one. Look right now at the bottom of the lineup for the Lions. 6 of their 9 hits have come from the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters. And Burdett, Heatherly, and Meade combining for 6 hits combined today. One and one the count. Pitch down low, 2-1. Burdett, 13 for 16 this year in the stolen base department. Throw back to first, not in time. 2-1 the count on Heatherly. Walker the sign, then throws back to first again. A little bit more zip on the throw that time, back to first, but Burdett's still able to get back in plenty of time. Two-one pitch, swung on and missed. 2-2. Soft throw back to first from Walker. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Swan hit high in the air out towards right center. Carmack and Cass giving chase. Cass will pull it in right center for out number 2.
Now batting for the Lions, number 10, Evan Mead.
So bring up the third baseman now in Evan Mead. He's 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles in the 4th and the 6th inning. The only miscue was a line out to second back in the 2nd. First pitch grounded and finds its way out into left field for a base hit. So Mead will keep things going with 2 outs. He's at first. Burdette now at second.
Number 2, Caleb Norton.
And we'll go down to the number 9 man in the Piedmont Lion lineup, and Caleb Norton, the shortstop. And now a pinch runner coming in. Austin Adams will now run over at first for Mead. One down the line and foul down the right side. Norton 0 for 3 today, grounded out to second in the 2nd, popped out to third base in the 4th inning, and then hit into a double play to end the 6th. Adams over at first, a freshman out of Murrayville, Georgia. Running in place of Mead is that pitch in there for his strike. 0-1 the count. Or excuse me, 0-2 now. Oh, and 2 the count. Burdette at second. Mead aboard at first. Walker trying to keep it just a 2-1 game right now for the Monarchs. Walker checks in, gets the sign from Ketchler. Peek at second, he'll turn and toss. That one outside for ball 1. One and 2 the count. Walker delivers. This one off the end of the bat and fouled off. 1 and 2 the count stays. So Walker, the third pitcher here today for the Monarchs. Berman, the starter, 65 pitches, 34 thrown for strikes in 3 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 1 run. It was earned on 5 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 3 hit batsmen after facing 17 batters. Pitch outside, 2 and 2 the count. Logan's Haynes followed him up for 3 innings, 41 pitches, 24 thrown for strikes, gave up 1 run. It was earned on 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batsman. And now Will Walker finds himself here after finishing off a third of an inning in the 7th. And now trying to work the full inning here in the 8th. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again, and we'll stay at 2 and 2. Walker so far has only given up just the 2 hits here in the inning. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Two-two pitch. Grounded towards short, off a couple of hops. Carter snags it, throws to third, gets the force at third for out number 3. It'll go 6-5 on the putout to end the inning. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. And 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 in favor of the Piedmont Lions. Monarchs coming back to the plate, and we'll have more baseball for you after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Monarchs down 2-1. They'll bring up 9-1-2 here in the bottom half of the 8th. Then Manley, Carter, then Carmack. Up first, Elliott Manley, the left fielder. 1 for 2 today. Grounded out to third in the 3rd inning. Singled in the 6th. First pitch outside. Cox, the starter, still out there for the Lions, now working into inning number 8. Fires this a little bit harder. 2-0 the count for Cox. This will be pitch number 100 on the day. That one's in there for a strike. Sophomore lefty waits. That pitch called another strike, 2-2. Cox deals inside and low. Count runs to full now at 3-2. Just 1 run given up today by Cox thus far, and it was unearned as well. 3-2 pitch inside, gets away. And taking his base is Manley. And now a word with Cox, and we'll see if that's it for Cox. Third walk given up, and that will be it for Cox. 7 innings strong for Mr. Cox. And the pitching changes. They head back to the top of the order now for the Monarchs. It'll be Alex Andrew checking in now. For the Lions, he'll be the second pitcher today for Piedmont. Andrew making his 15th appearance of the season. Comes in with a 1-1 record. No saves on the year. In 18 2/3 innings, he's given up 19 hits, 8 runs. All 8 runs have been earned. Walked 9, struck out 13. In ERA right now sitting at 3.86. And opposing batters hitting .292 right now. Off of Alex Andrew, a freshman righty out of Cumming, Georgia. So So Andrew comes in, 1 on, nobody out, tying run aboard at first for the Monarchs. He'll face Matthias Carter at the top of the lineup. Bunt first base side, off the hill, underhand flip to first in time to Burden for out number 1.
Now batting for the Monarchs, number 7, Ethan Carmack.
Carter does the job though, shifting Manley over into scoring position now at second. One on, runner at second for Ethan Carmack, the center fielder. Carmack 0 for 2 today with a walk. Drew that walk in the last inning. He was up in the 6th. First pitch here. This is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. The freshman readies and fires. Low and inside for ball 2. This one, a liner, or excuse me, on the ground to first, picked up by Burden. He'll step on the bag unassisted for out number 2. That one just skimmed its way along the ground. A couple of skips, but right to Burden. Manley tracks his way over to third, however, with 2 outs. So this will bring up Katchler, the catcher. 0 for 3 today. Katchler grounded out to short in the first, flew out to center in the 4th, and struck out in the 6th. And looks like that'll be it for Alex Andrew. So Andrew able to get the 2 batters he faced out, and a new pitcher coming in, the 3rd one for Piedmont today. It'll be 43.
Now on the mound for the Lions, number 43, Matt Vonderschmidt.
43 is Matt Vonderschmidt, a junior out of Sewanee, Georgia. Vonderschmidt comes in with a 4-2 record, 1 save on the year. In 22 2/3 innings, he's given up 23 hits, 12 runs, all 12 earned, walked 7, struck out 27. Vonderschmidt with the 4.76 ERA on the year. And opposing batters hitting .264 off the junior righty out of Sewanee, Georgia. Third pitcher of the day, third pitcher here in the inning. Cox started the inning, but then gave up the walk to Manley. In came Alex Andrew. Carter with the sac bunt to move Manley over to second. And then Carmack with the second out as he grounded out to Burden at first. So now here's Alex Katchler, the catcher. The sophomore righty steps up to the plate. Runner at third, tying run at third with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Vonderschmidt takes a peek at third, turns, tosses. This one swung on and missed by Katchler. This is a base hit. It'll get down into center field, and the Monarchs have tied it at 2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Katchler delivers the RBI single with 2 outs. And Manley, the man who started off the inning, drawing the walk in the number 9 spot in the lineup, comes home. This one grounded towards third. Adams up with it, throws second, toe on the bag as Burdette reaching over. Just got a toe on the bag as Adams now covering the bag instead of Meade at third. And out of the inning, but the Monarchs get what they wanted. They tie the game up as we head to the top of the 9th at 2 apiece. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors and no one left. We go to the top of the 9th, tied at 2, and we'll be back with more USA South baseball after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. We're tied at 2 now here in the top half of the 9th inning. And for the 5th time today, it'll be 1, 2, and 3 starting us out in the inning. Smith, Groover, and Ballstead. Up first, Jabin Smith, the left fielder. One and 0 the count to Smith. Hit by a pitch in the first, drew a walk in the third. Flew out to center in the 5th and then responded in the 7th with a single, stolen base, and a run scored. One and 1 the count. Pitch on the way. Down low for ball 2. 2 and 1 now from Walker. Well, Walker remains on the mound, the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Monarchs, following Berman and Haynes. 2-1 offering. Slicing foul off the left side. Count now goes to 2 and 2. For Piedmont, Ryan Cox's day officially done now. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Gave up 3 walks, 6 strikeouts on the day after facing 27. As Smith backs up, 3 and 2 the count. 103 pitches for Cox, 62 thrown for strikes. Alex Andrew followed him up with 2/3 of an innings. Faced 2, got 2 outs. No runs, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. This one popped up and back. Count will stay at full at 3 and 2. Look at the top 4 in the Piedmont lineup. Just 2 hits in the top 4 as Smith draws his 2nd walk of the day. Only Smith and Ballstead have hits out of Smith, Groover, Ballstead, and Burden. This brings up now the right fielder, Justin Groover. Go-ahead run aboard at first in the form of Smith. He's 1 for 2 today in the stolen base department. We'll see if he takes off here. Throw back to first, not in time. Groover, the senior out of Noonan, Georgia, looking for his first hit on the day. He's reached twice on a walk and was also hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. He's also grounded out and flown out today. Senior righty squares to bunt, pops it straight down. Catcher picks it up. Ketchler to first in time for the out. Smith, however, makes his way to second on the play.
Now batting for the Lions, number 26, Brady Ballstack.
So now Smith in scoring position with a 1 out, and here's Brady Ballstadt. He flew out to center in the first, into a double play in the third, doubled in the fifth, and was called upon to deliver a sac fly that at the time gave Piedmont a 2-0 lead in the seventh. Ballstadt waits. Walker turns and tosses. A little off speed in there, called for a strike. Oh, and 1 the count. The freshman delivers in there for his strike. 0-2. The junior out of Suwanee, Georgia, down 0-2 in the count. Smith aboard for him at second. 1 out in the inning. Piedmont with a run in the fourth and a run in the seventh. Monarchs a run in the seventh and 1 run in the bottom half of the eighth. There's that pitch outside, 1-2 the count. Panthers have left 10 on base here today. 4 left on base for the Monarchs, all in all. The 1-2 pitch. Inside out, and that one gets down into right field. Picked up by Cass. Smith will hold up at third, and Ballstadt delivers his second hit of the day.
Now batting for the Lions, number 25, Andrew Vernon.
Go with it, AB!
Brings up Burden now, the first baseman. Smith aboard at second, or at third rather. Ballstadt at first with 1 out. Burden hitless on the day as well. Hit into a double play in the first inning, popped out to short in the fourth, drew the intentional walk in the fifth, and then flew out to center in the seventh inning. Now comes up in a big spot here with 1 out and runners on the corners. First pitch delivered by Walker. This is outside for ball 1. The junior lefty waiting. The freshman delivers. Swung on underneath the glove of Austin out into right field. Picked up by Cass. Smith will score from third. And Piedmont has regained the lead at 3-2 here in the top of the 9th inning. Smith home from third. Ballstadt tracks all the way to third on the play. And Burden aboard after the RBI single at first. The DH, Jonathan Burkett, now up. 1 for 3 on the day, was also hit by a pitch and scored a run. His lone hit came back in the second inning with a single. Walker checks and fires. One's across for a strike. Oh, and 1 the count. Walker fires, line shot right into the glove of Carter, the shortstop, for out number 2.
Now batting for the Lions, number 6, Tyler Burdett.
2 down now for the second baseman in Tyler Burdett. He's 2 for 4 on the day, a couple of hits, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 8th. He also has a strikeout and a fly out to center today as well, as Burdett trying to help the Lions add to this 3-2 lead here in the top of the 9th with runners on the corners and 2 outs. First pitch in for strike 1.
Come on, be ready.
That pitch catches the outside edge. Cautiously taking second is Burden. He was kind of looking over. He said, go ahead and take it. So now Burden at second, Ballstead at third. 0-2 pitch inside, just able to turn away from it was Burdett. Count goes to 1-2. Walker, the sign, the delivery, up high. 2-2 the count. Walker delivers, fought off over the dugout of the Piedmont Lions. Walker set to deliver again. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Now the count runs to full. Ballstead at third, Burden at second. 2 outs here, top of the 9th. Piedmont has regained the lead at 3-2 in this top half of the 9th inning. 3-2 the count on the second baseman. Walker, the payoff pitch, swung on, popped up. Mask is off of Catchler, coming back towards the backstop. He'll squeeze it for out number 3. And Piedmont will be held to just 1 run here in the top of the 9th. For the Lions, though, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the 9th. Monarchs coming to the plate, 3-2, Lions with the lead. We'll have more USA South baseball for you right after this quick timeout. Welcome back out. 3 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for the Piedmont Lions. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Monarchs. And the Monarchs coming up here in the bottom of the ninth, down by 1. They will send Criswell, Cass, and Austin to the plate here. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Up first is Tucker Criswell, the third baseman. New pitcher on the mound is Buddy Green for the Piedmont Lions. And the first pitch delivered from the senior righty out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, is a strike. This one swung on and missed. Chasing was Criswell. Criswell 0 for 3 today. 2 flyouts to center and 1 strikeout looking. Green on the year, 1-1 record. 8 saves on the season for the Piedmont Lions. Making his 19th appearance of the year as that one outside, 1-2. Green in 18 innings pitched has given up 14 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those 5 have been earned. He's walked 12, struck out 19. In ERA now sitting at 2 even for Green, and opposing batters hitting .222 off the senior righty from Sharpsburg, Georgia. Is that one outside? 2-2 the count. Two outside as Criswell flinched. Count runs to full now at 3-2. This one popped up right side, and this one will get out of play. Count remains 3-2 on Criswell. Sophomore righty waits. This one hit high in the air out towards center. Ballstat with plenty of room in center field makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for the Monarchs, number 1, Davis Cass.
Brings up Davis Cass now, the right fielder. Cass singled in the second inning, drew a walk in the 5th, reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th. Green fires the first pitch. They want to appeal. He did not go. 1-0 the count. One-0 pitch popped up and back out of play. Count goes to 1-1 on Cass. Cass, by the way, also with an RBI on that fielder's choice back in the 7th. That one floats across the plate for a strike. 1-2 now on Cass. Righty versus righty, senior versus senior here. 1-2 count. 1 out, nobody aboard for the Monarchs. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Green gets the strikeout. 2 outs, nobody aboard for Jacob Austin, the first baseman. As the top seed in the tournament down to its final out. Piedmont, of course, number 2 in terms of seeding heading into this tournament. Austin swings at the first pitch, a bouncer to Norton at short. He'll glove, throw to first in time, and Piedmont wins it 3-2. And they will advance on here in the tournament. 3 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, 12 left on base today for the Lions. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 4 left on base for the Monarchs, as the Piedmont Lions will advance here in this USA South Baseball Tournament. The win goes to Vonderschmidt. Buddy Green will come in and pick up his 9th save of the year. Will Walker will get the loss for the Monarchs. We got one more game coming up for you here in about 30 or 40 minutes or so. And we'll have that for you to see who will play LaGrange College tomorrow in the championship matches here at Cleveland Field at Williamson Stadium. Once again, final score 3-2 in favor of the Piedmont Lions, and we'll catch you in about 30 minutes or so here on the live stream.